Here's a photo that I shot that I like a lot, but I don't love it yet because it doesn't look like it felt when I shot it. When I was there, it was morning and the sky was exciting and the light was coming across and hitting these people from the side. It's just great. And now it's kind of yeah. So what I want to do is take this photo and make it be the way I saw it in my heart when I shot it. So to me, that's the hardest part, is figuring out what you really want to do. How do I make this photo better? I'm going to make that sky a little darker. I'm going to open up the people a little bit, and maybe the shadows, although I like the shadows dark. So it's not just doing things, it's figuring out what will really make the photo better. So in this case, I'm going to use non-destructive editing. I'm just going to use the levels. The first thing I'm going to do is just make that sky dark. So I'm going to use a trick where I will only look at the sky. The rest of the photo will get really ugly, but I'm going to make the sky look good. I'm going to do that by clicking Levels over here. There's a nice little Levels command adjustment layer. We know about adjustment layers. So there it is. And I'm going to slide it. And again, I'm only looking at the sky. What's going to make that sky look good? And I did it right. Usually I push the button the wrong way the first time. Does that start to look kind of dramatic? Okay. Everything else looks awful, but that looks pretty nice. It's a little fake bluish, so I'm going to tell this layer to be, remember we did screen modes? I'm going to tell it to be luminosity rather than normal. So now I get rid of that electric blue. It's pretty darn dramatic, right? Now here's where it gets neat, is I've done that, the sky looks good, but I'm going to completely hide this using Fill, Edit, Fill, and Fill with black. So black over here on my adjustment layer hides that entire adjustment layer. Now if I use the paintbrush, I can paint white on the adjustment layer, which isn't really painting, it's just giving a command to that layer, to reveal the sky. So I'm going to make my brush nice and big with the bracket key, maybe not that big, and 30%, that's not too bad. I'm going to swipe. I'm not going to rub because it's not like real painting. I'm just going to swipe, and my brush is so soft that I don't have to be perfect. All right? And sometimes I just click a little bit, make the brush a little. The beauty of this, it's kind of like printing back in the old days, in that the edge is so soft that I don't have to make some perfect selection. I just have to get it about right. And even if I go into someone a little bit, I don't want to leave space around them. It's better to cover them up a little bit, because you can fix that. Whoops, fix that later. That was awful, wasn't it? I did a really bad job there. Thank goodness I have the history. Well, thank goodness for the history. Let's just go back a few steps and undo my really bad paint. There, close enough. Okay, is that enough? We could go farther. If I turn this on and off now, look, isn't that a nicer sky? And you can kind of see where it's wrong, but generally it looks pretty good if you don't have a comparison. Okay, now, I like that. Don't love it yet. I would like to open up the light here, because this is obviously the main person, the interesting thing. So I'm going to make a new adjustment layer, just like I did last time. New levels. And I'm going to brighten it just a little bit. Just brighten up her coat some, okay? And everything else, just a little bit. And remember what we did last time? Filled with black. Fill, edit, fill, black, and it's all hidden now. Now I can come through here and just click a little bit and make this coat just a little whiter. Maybe make her strong cyclist legs a little lighter so they show up. Maybe let this bike show up, because it's all about the bike. Right? Just a little bit, not too much. Okay? Maybe this side of her face just a bit. What do you think? Does she look somewhat heroic? And I can always check on, off. Ooh. These guys are secondary figures. They're like the cast of thousands. I don't really care that much about them. I just don't want them to look too bad. I'm going to lighten them up just a touch. just a little bit so that they don't look like they're a mistake. Now, what about the ground? It's kind of dark, but it looks kind of good that way. It gives a little contrast. I don't think I'm going to open it up. Or this green or this thing. Well, no need to do that. I think I'm done here. I could go back and work on the sky just a little bit more, but we started here, and we made the sky a little darker, and the people a little lighter, and shazam, now it starts to look like the magic thing I saw early in the morning on my bike. Do you love it? Okay.